What are some things that all smartphones, buildings, semiconductors and dried fish have in common? Don't believe it? They're all part of the history of Samsung. That's the company that made the Galaxy phone you carry around with you. But what if I told you that this global giant began as a small Korean grocery shop that sold seafood and noodles? In almost unbelievable steps, this is how a small shop for selling goods became one of the world's most powerful tech companies. Let's go back in time. It's 1938. The world is slowly falling apart and Japan has taken over Korea. A man named Lee Byung-chul starts a small business in the town of Daegu. The name of it is Samsung Sangho. Samsung didn't mean high-tech gadgets back then. It means 3 stars in Korean, which is a sign of something big, strong and lasting. But what about the business? It wasn't high-tech at all. Lee sold dried fish, goods from the area, noodles, and sometimes he sent food to China. It was a survival business based on hard work rather than tools. Lee wasn't just a businessman though, he had a clear picture. He thought that things should grow, be strong and most of all be different. As Korea went through war, separation and rebuilding, Samsung changed. In the 1950s and 1960s, Lee saw his chance and took it. He grew and started making clothes, processing sugar and even insurance. Samsung stepped up to give Korea whatever it needed. The business wasn't just following trends, it was making the country better. It was then that things really changed. In the 1960s, South Korea began a big plan to become more modern and industrialized. The government needs strong private partners like conglomerates to help the country grow. Samsung picked up the phone. First with chemicals, then with building ships, and finally with making things. There is a huge building in Dubai called the Burj Khalifa that was built in part by Samsung. But 1969 was when things really changed. It was then that Samsung Electronics was born. They made black and white TVs at first. Nothing really new. But they had one thing going for them: patience. Other companies were racing to be the best in the world, but Samsung was focused on mastering each step, slowly, carefully, and with a strong desire to get better. In the 1980s and 1990s, they made stoves, VCRs, and then computers. But no one knew what would happen next, even back then. Then cell phones came along. Samsung didn't just go with the flow, they made the wave. They put a lot of money into R&D, LCDs and electronics. They weren't just putting things together, they were also making the brains that went inside them. Samsung now makes more smartphones than any other company in the world. It makes memory chips that are used in millions of products around the world. It runs things like TVs, appliances, satellites, and even military tech. In the past, Samsung was just a store that sold dried fish. Now, it's a huge business worth hundreds of billions of dollars. It shows how South Korea has gone from being poor after the war to being a world leader in innovation. The craziest part is that original grocery attitude. It stayed. Samsung still believes in being quick, to meet the wants of the world, whether that's noodles in 1938 or nanotechnology in 2025. When you open your phone, look at your TV, or read about a big step forward in chip technology, remember this: there was a man with a market stand who had a dream for something bigger. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.